Hello folks, welcome back to today's MC Trader. I hope everyone is cool. So far I don't see any comments, so I have no idea who are watching over here. So please let me know your name and please leave a like before going furthermore. I was thinking that you guys are missing me, that's why I just came here. We'll stay here until 3 p.m. New York local time to find out some entry opportunity. If I get, good. If I don't get, I'll just let this go. Watching this chart alone, so thought that you guys are missing me, so come here. Okay, I can see that Archana is here and Kuba is here, Vijaya is here, Practice is here. Thank you guys for being over here. Please make sure that you have pushed the like button. Mariluna, thank you brother for being over here. Ah, this is the price action from today. Market open here, closed there. That is the 4-hour candle, first 4-hour candle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next 4-hour candle. That means 16 hour. Almost 16 hour. This market is not moving anywhere. Instead of that, it's just consolidating around the same area. That was the expectation from my weekly analysis video, that Monday is going to be a consolidation day. Hey Jamie, you are also here. Thank you brother for being over here. So that was the expectation so far. This is the bullish parabolic from the 4-hour chart that is holding the market. You have the real liquidity void here. That means no trading here, just nothing. You can see that candle open, went higher, no weak candle, and closed there. So no reset, no manipulation. So far I have got the reset already. I mean the wick above this candle, I have got the wick, but the manipulation wick is missing over here. So of course that is my importance, but not by today, because today this market should be consolidation. It should be range bound. Tomorrow is gonna be the manipulation, whatever manipulation. Maybe it will take the Monday high, then we'll start to look for the Monday low, then Wednesday, Thursday expansion, Friday reset, something like that. So far that is the expectation. Hey Manu, you have missed all the magic around the morning session, by the way, brother. So from 4-hour chart, actually I have nothing except of this bullish fair value gap. So that is actually holding the market. That is all I can see so far from the 4-hour chart. If you come to the hourly chart, you'll be able to see that this is the midnight open, New York midnight open, that is holding the market. One candle has closed below this new midnight open, and the very next candle started to go higher, closed above this line, came here. According to my weekly analysis video, I have told you that this market can't come to this last parabolic gap. It is nearly impossible. If this is a bearish market, this doesn't want to go higher, doesn't want to make a new all-time high. Of course, it can do that, but if it doesn't want to do that, instead of that, it would love to fall for the liquidity. It can't come to this last parabolic gap over here. This is the dip premium. It can't come to this dip premium. The maximum line is the 50% of this entry parabolic gap. So it can maximum reach until the 50% of this gap. If the 50% is broken, I will start to think about the buy. I'm not bearish anymore. So that is so far my intention from this market. And as you can see, this is all just simple consolidation. So if you are expecting that this is keep falling, you are wrong. If you think that this will keep going higher, you are wrong. This should be the consolidation or range bound market. No kind of no expansion today. After that big run, just after that big run, it can't start another big run. It is not possible. Okay, so comparing with that volatility, it is still volatile. If I give you an example, you will understand actually beautifully. For example, this market is falling. Okay, so it's so speedily it is falling, it is falling, it is falling, and suddenly there is a breaker or some kind of, the road block or something like that. So it can't just stop the car over here. It can't do that. Like your speed is 100 km/h and then suddenly you brake. No, it's not possible. Your car will start to roll. Okay, and there will be an accident. So it's not possible. So what you will do, you will actually do a small break, a small break, a small break, and then you will stop, something like that. So this consolidation is that type of break. That means this market is breaking, stopping, and then after stopping, it will go a bit below, I'm sorry, back. It will start to run again. That is so far my expectation from this market. So this is why I was expecting the consolidation. After the big speed, it has to break over here. Okay, slowly breaking. So this is the consolidation. I hope this is not a bad example. uh, I think it actually suits with this example, but yeah, I'll try to make sure that later you are getting the point. By the way, so far this market is here, which is the entry fair value gap. I have the range from this constant, I mean this 50% to until this area. This market is consolidating over here. This is over a bearish candle. That doesn't mean that I'm still thinking that this is a bearish, I mean bearish market. Now this market will keep falling. No, I'm not thinking like that way. I'll actually go over there. From the hourly chart, I have nothing. No buy side liquidity, no sell side liquidity. You can see this high has cleared over here, not by the shallow run. So if you take a closer look over here, you will be able to see that this high has over here, it has been cleared by the body. So body has gone above this high. So it's not the liquidity anymore. So I can't think that this is the shallow run. So it's my obvious liquidity. Market will fall a bit, then it will take that obvious liquidity again. No, it's not something like that. That means there is no buy side liquidity. There is no sell side liquidity. All I have to play with the gaps. Now here is the 15-minute chart. Now from the 15-minute chart, you'll be able to see some sell side liquidity around here. This is the sell side liquidity or the obvious sell side liquidity over here. No buy side liquidity. Every buy side liquidity has been cleared. Everything is clear. Market is around here right now, trading around this area. If you take a closer look on your left, this is that bearish gap is still that is holding the market. That means this gap is holding the market. If I just mark the quadrant level with this bearish gap, okay, this is the gap. So from here to here, this is the quadrant level. You can clearly see that it has reached until the upper quadrant of that gap. So the high of that gap and the low of that gap is not marked on my chart. It's just the quadrant level. Upper quadrant 50% of that gap, lower quadrant of that gap. So it has came until the upper quadrant level. So I'm really happy to see that. All I need to see, body close below this lower quadrant, which I have already found, I guess. Yeah, here the body has closed below this lower quadrant. Now I'm not expecting that it will start to fall. Not like that way. It is more important. I will actually explain it right now, so don't get confused. On my right hand side here, you'll be able to see the new day opening gap and new week opening gap has been marked over here in this area. So this is that quadrant level, and this is that big gap from the hourly chart, which is the entry fair value gap. The constant crossment is here, where I explained this market can go maximum until the constant crossment. This is that constant crossment. Okay, so where the market didn't reach yet. This new week opening gap from October 5th 2025 and the constant crossment. Guys, why it is important? Brother, stop talking about this bullshit. Go directly for the trading. No, it's not like that way. Okay, first you have to understand the context of this trading, what you are looking for, why you are looking for. When you will understand that, then you can go to your lower time frame, which is 1 minute chart, to look for the buy or sell, whatever it is you are looking for. First you have to understand this whole context of trading. So here you can see actually market came here around that area. Now I can't just mark anything around this area, so I have just marked the 4 hour gap, because only 4 hour gap is available over here. No hourly can chart, no 15-minute chart. So so far it has traded this 4 hour bullish fair value gap, and then this market has closed above this new week opening gap. If you remember, around this morning session when this candle closed, I told that I'm now interested to look for sell. When this candle was here, okay, just 4 minutes before closing this candle, it was here. What did I told? If this candle close above this new week opening gap high, no more sell is valid. Keep looking for the buy, if you remember. And then fortunately, this market closed below this new week opening gap. I had the obvious sell side liquidity here. So this sell side liquidity is the obvious liquidity. That was my target. We have framed the sell from that new week opening gap. Market closed here. Tap to this new week opening gap. Market fall until here. Now it didn't, what to say, I mean the take that obvious liquidity. Absolutely okay. Market is consolidating, means market is making the liquidity by Monday. Tuesday is the manipulation day, where you will see the manipulation. So it doesn't need to clear that liquidity by today. But all I have to look for, can I take a partial? Did I get a profit over here? It was 144 four handle run. 104 four handle run. By the way, so here then this candle closed here. I was not here because I just closed my stream a bit earlier, and then this candle has closed above this new opening gap. After closing this, just remember what did I say over here? If this candle close here, no more sell is valid, just look for the buy. After closing this candle, what happened? Come back again to the constant encroachment of this new opening gap. Boom, market went higher and cleared that high actually and reached until the upper quadrant level of that 15-minute bearish fair value gap. When this candle has closed below this lower quadrant of that bearish gap, now I'm more interested to look for sell. Until this candle didn't close below this line, I was not able to look for sell. That is why I told that no, I'm not thinking that it is going to fall, because that candle didn't close yet. If this candle failed to close below the lower quadrant of that gap, I wouldn't think about the sell. Instead of that, I would keep thinking about the buy until this new opening gap over here. As the body has closed below this lower quadrant, now I have a range from here to until this new week opening gap. This highest up close body close candle is going to be my order block. If the body can close below this low, of course, if it happens, then this I'll be able to use as a bearish order block. Now my range is here now. From that area below this constant encroachment, okay, the below the constant encroachment of that gap, please don't get confused. I just marked 3 quadrant level of that gap. I didn't mark the whole gap. This is the quadrant level. So from there to until to the top of this new week opening gap, this is my range now to look for sell. That means any kind of selling opportunity below that red line to until to the top of this new week opening gap, I'll look for that sell. For example, this candle again closed above the upper quadrant, above the constant encroachment or the 50% of that gap. That means no sell is valid anymore. Start to look for buy again. How long? From here to here, any kind of buy, I will take that buy. So do you understand the context over here? First of all, I came in a decision that this market can't come to this last fair value gap over here. It can't come over here. How far maximum this market can go? Until the constant encroachment. This is the highest level. Market closed above this new week opening gap, so it has a possibility to go for that constant encroachment which is aligned with the new week opening gap. It finally came to the upper quadrant of that bearish gap over here, bearish gap. It came over there, then closed below the lower quadrant of this bearish gap. That means it is now bearish. It doesn't want to reach here. Instead of that, it would love to trade this new week opening gap. After that, it will take its next decision. Does it want to go higher or does it want to fall? If it is broken, of course I have to look for that gap as well. If it is broken, perfect, I will keep looking for selling opportunity again for this obvious liquidity. It doesn't need to clear that liquidity, but if there is a possibility or took that liquidity, it's okay, absolutely okay, because still that is gonna be the range bound or seek and destroy. So now I will be here in 1 minute chart. I have now the context, right? So until below this line, which is here, you can see this line, until this market is below that line, I'm able to look for sell. How long? Until to the top of this new week opening gap. So I'll be here in 1 minute chart. From 1 minute chart, you can see this is that specific candle over here, the 40, so here, this is that candle that has closed below this lower quadrant. So until this candle close, I won't be able to take any kind of sell. From here, of course, you can think about the sell. If there was any selling opportunity, you could go for the sell. I am not interested to talk about here because I'm here now, so I will not talk about that. So when I have found that candle which has closed below the lower quadrant, I'm now started to look for sell. If I want to look for a sell, what should I need? I need to look for price action is happening right now. Is it kind of good price action like this type of fall or this kind of run? No, it's not that. What is that? A clean, beautiful consolidation. If you see this consolidation, what did I say? This market fall, right? It has fallen with the speed 150 kilometer speed. It has fallen, and then it is just breaking. That means it's trying to stop here. After stopping, it will go a bit back and then boom, fall again. What should I look for now? Liquidity. Do I have any buy side liquidity over here? If you have any buy side liquidity, just mark that buy side liquidity. For example, I'm going to mark that buy side liquidity here, or that highs over there. Okay, so this is my liquidity over here. I would love to see this market will take that buy side liquidity first, then it will start to fall. How far this market can fall? Again, remember the new day, new week opening gap high, which is around which level? 24,861.861.25. So here you see this is the line, this line I've just marked here. This is the line I'm expecting this market will fall, so I'll just mark it as a line, because I don't know this will be broken and market will keep falling or not. I have no idea. This is the high of the new week opening gap. Any kind of selling opportunity which is going to be below the constant encroachment, I will take that sell. For example, this 15-minute candle closed above that 50% or that line. The 50-minute candle has closed above that line. What does it mean? Okay, done. No more sell. So you will start to look for, did it leave any liquidity or did it clear the liquidity? If you see it has cleared the liquidity, there is any kind of buying opportunity, I will start to take the buy above that constant encroachment to until the this new week opening gap low, until here. I hope that you guys got an understanding about the market over here. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep it as a liquidity. Okay, so not the buy side liquidity. Instead of that, I will just mark it as a liquidity. So here I would love to use the PDRS now. Okay, what type of PDRS do I have? So I found that, okay, this market actually fall. There is a market structure shift. This is the highest up close body close candle that has traded a fair value gap, which is a very specific fair value gap. In other words, this is the gap which is called the entry fair value gap. This is the highest up close body close candle that has traded the entry fair value gap. It is my order block. So I will mark that order block, extend it to my right. Below this order block, here is a gap, small gap. So if it, for example, it didn't trade that order block, I'm absolutely okay. This gap, so after clearing this liquidity, it has traded that gap. Now there is any kind of falling or selling opportunity, I'll take that sell. Just liquidity taken, a smaller time frame or some kind of bearish PTR from the same time frame, find out any selling opportunity, we'll take that sell. How long this sell is valid? Until this market is below this red line. Any kind of sell is valid over here. Now it's time to wait for the setup. So here, this is your sell side liquidity. You have the sell side liquidity there. Okay, and you have some like new week opening gap over there. So let's see if it can provide some selling opportunity. When the sell will be invalidated, if the 15-minute candle close above the constant encroachment of that bearish gap, that means sell is invalid. It's not valid anymore. Okay. That range between two new week opening gap is also daily inversion fair value. Wow, that is awesome. Now, for example, I'm more interested to take an entry over here. What I will look for, if I have to push the button. See this candle close below these two consecutive candle, it's my propulsion block. So if I would love to take my entry from this propulsion block, from here, I can go for this sell from this propulsion block. Just from this propulsion block, depending on this PDRA. If I need more beautiful setup, then of course I have to wait for the 22 YT model, or that is the best case of scenario, the 22 YT model. But if I would love to, for example, I have to take, brother, I have to take and trade. I have to take and trade here. I have to push the button. Then I will just use this, that candle low as my propulsion block, extend it to my right. Remember, propulsion block entry is always risky entry. This entry is always risky entry. Entry should be there. Stop loss, I have to just cover the opening of the order block. So the line here, I have to cover that open of that line. Here, target, same maybe 20 handle partial, and then until here. That should be the target. Now I'm just not going to mark it because I will wait for the 22 YT model, because I'm just only interested to take that 22 YT model here. But so far, did you guys got the idea? I mean, how to read this market, or how to go to the summary? What I'm looking for here? Should I take the sell? Should I take the buy? What should I do? I have made a plan, step by step, step by step. If it happens, I will do that. If that happens, I'll do this, something like that. Now propulsion block is the lowest, I mean, probable entry. The propulsion block I have shown you in that specific video. If you remember the video, I told that it's the propulsion block, but I'm not going to call it as a propulsion block because propulsion block has a lot other factor. But that is why I'm calling it water block. So that water block and this water block is 100% different. So here what I'm using, just look at the time frame over here, what I'm using over there, the same 1 minute time frame. And that water block I have used from 15 minute or hourly chart to 1 minute chart. That is why I called it the water block, not the propulsion block. Propulsion block has a lot of other factor, and this is one of the weakest PDRA. The propulsion block is one of the weakest PDRA. Most of the time it doesn't work actually. By the way, if any of you would love to go for the buy, please go for that. I just came here. I will wait until 3 p.m. We'll try to frame a setup. That's all. If I can frame a setup within 5 minutes, I'll close my stream. That's all. Okay, as it has traded the order block open, I'm more interested to mark the order block open. If this market fall, this is the best inverse gap. Can you please explain why this is the best inverse gap? Any of you can tell me that why it's gonna be the best inverse gap? I have explained this, okay? 2 to 3 times I have explained this. We have SMT. We have an SMT as well. Why is it actually? Okay, with this low. That's cool. So now the 50-minute candle, where did it close? The 50-minute candle. Where did it close? Above the 50% of that gap. What does it mean? No more sell is valid. I can't take any kind of sell. Any kind of buying opportunities now, that is my buy. Now, what I was looking for here, just the sell. Just look at this now. I'm going to remove everything. Okay, Control Z. Sorry. Everything on my chart, all of these things. Instead of that, I'm more interested to see this is the market structure shift here. Look over here. What I'm just going to do, entry gap, breakaway gap. That's my buy over here. From that entry gap, that's my buy. Going to cover the breakaway gap. The best is that low. But brother, there is no liquidity taken. As Archana has showed us, there is a perfect SMT. So I don't need to worry about that liquidity taken anymore. Just I was looking for sell, and suddenly I found that the 50-minute candle has closed above the consonant crossment or the 50% of this bearish gap. What should I look for? Buy. So I was looking for sell, and suddenly the market has told me, no brother, no buy. Just look for the, sorry, no sell, no sell. Look for the buy. I have found a beautiful market structure shift here. Just look at this. This is one of the best 22 YT models, by the way. The market structure shift over here. There is the entry gap there and the breakaway gap. So this is gonna be my first first setup. I'm going to mark around this area. Breakaway gap. So entry should be from this entry gap open here. We'll take a partial around 20 handle, wherever the 20 handle is. Just the 20 handle, okay? And stop loss, I'm not interested to put it over here, so keep it over there. So I will take the partial to this 1 minute last fair value gap. Try to take the partial over here. By the way, if it doesn't give me the entry, that's a bad luck. But that is the buy. So I was looking for sell. Suddenly I moved to my bias, and I will start to look for buy again. So now I will count the candle. If it gives me the entries, that is my first trade around this PM session. By the way, I would love to keep it here. Is it members only or you were trading? What did you mean by that? Exam. By the way, I don't think so it is going to give me the entry. Okay, unfortunately it's not going to give me the entry. I don't need the entry. I just need to make sure that you guys got the concepts. So I was looking for sell. Suddenly I moved my bias and I am more interested to take the buy now. What is the reason? I have just explained all of this price action. Okay, so now if the market doesn't provide me the entry, that is absolutely okay, just absolutely okay. That was the perfect setup. I didn't need to wait for that. I got the setup, but unfortunately this market didn't give me the entry. I'm absolutely okay with that. But for example, this candle just tapped to this gap, just tapped over here, boom, then here, which is the new week opening gap low. Okay, forget about the inverse gap. This was I was saying about the inverse gap, because after trading this order block, for example, it was not interested to go higher, so it would love to keep falling. Then after making the after trading the order block, it should make an unfilled gap. That unfilled gap is going to be inversed by that bullish gap. So there will be a bearish gap that should be unfilled, a bullish gap that is already over there. So what does it mean? That means I have the best opportunity to keep to look for the sell, the best opportunity. First, this inverse gap. Second, there should be the unfilled gap after trading the order block. So that was the logic actually. But unfortunately, it was just giving me the buying opportunity. Now, this entry is not valid anymore. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the fifth candle. If I don't get the entry by this candle, I can't take this trade anymore. It's a very specific logic. It's very specific rules. You don't want to follow it, it's up to you, man. But I would love to follow this, because if it takes too long, I don't believe it anymore. So I'll see that. If it works, I'll be happy, but I'm not going to push the button over here. Can I take the sell? No, no sell is valid anymore. But if it starts to fall after clearing this high, maybe it has traded this volume imbalance. Now, if it starts to fall, I will simply miss it. No problem. No sell is valid because this whole gap, look at, man, come on. Please try to understand this fact. This gap, right? This is that gap quadrant levels, and this is the gap. So what is this market doing now? This is inside that bearish gap, a very important gap. It is inside that gap and it is reacting in between the lower quadrant 50% and the upper quadrant. Just look how many times it is reacting. It started to react from here. It was reacting from there, right? Look, it is reacting, and finally it closed above the lower quadrant. Tap to this lower quadrant, come back to the 50%. Lower quadrant 50%. Finally, break the 50%, come to the upper quadrant, fall again until the lower quadrant. So it is ranging in between the quadrant level of that bearish gap. The whole price action is inside this bearish gap. This bearish gap is important because premium and discount logic. That is why this gap is important over here. So now there should be no sell. Body has confirmed that, brother, I am going to go higher. So you can't, please don't look for the sell. I will wait here until 3 p.m. When I will find the best opportunity, I will show you the entry. Simple, brother. If it doesn't provide me that, I'm not going to push the button. It's up to you. You want to go for the trade, go for that. I'm just trying to draw your attention to the price action so that you can understand how this market is booking one price to another price. Very easy, very easy, very easy. Just you have to focus what is happening. Just you have to focus. I went step by step. Okay, I just simply I came here and I told that, okay, take look for sell, look for buy. No, I came exactly step by step so that you guys can clearly understand what is the context of this trading. Now if you have any question, please let me know. We have SMT again. Where do we have the SMT? Okay, you are talking about the bearish SMT. But sister, it is going to happen today because it's the range bound market, which is the consolidation market. So you'll keep seeing the lower and the higher. If your context is good, for example, here, when you showed me the bullish SMT, I was interested to take the buy because my context was telling me to look for the buy. Now, when you are showing me this bearish SMT, I'm not interested to use this SMT anymore. SMT is just a confirmation. It's not something that is telling you now you can take the sell. No, it's not something like that. SMT is just a confirmation. Okay, you are looking for buy. I have the SMT. Go for the buy. Don't need to wait. Think about the sell side liquidity. I'm not going to take it because other SM market has done the job for you. Now you want to take the sell here. Your expectation this market is going to fall. Okay, this SMT is important to you because you have got the SMT. You don't need to worry about anything else. And why the SMT is important. Like for example, this sell SMT. If you are interested to take the sell, then you should take the sell here in ES, not in NQ. Because NQ has taken the liquidity and ES failed to take that liquidity when the market is falling. ES is much more stronger. So you should take the entry through the ES. When I'm taking the buy and I have the bullish SMT and I know that NQ is stronger when this is going higher, I'll take the buy through that NQ. Okay, something like that. I hope things are getting clear. সে মার্কেটে কোন পিডিএর সব থেকে বেশি ইম্পর্টেন্ট, কোনটা সব থেকে বেশি পাওয়ারফুল? প্লিজ আনসার। দ্য ফেয়ার ভ্যালু গ্যাপ ব্রাদার, ফেয়ার ভ্যালু গ্যাপ imbalances are the most powerful PDRA in this market according to ICT concepts, and of course according to my understanding of these concepts. There can be something more stronger than that, but I don't know. For me, uh, the fair value gap is the most strongest PDRA. So around the 11:30. Okay, so from around 11:30, this is really a bad price action. So around the morning session it was good, but from 11:30 it's a bit bad price action. Let's see it. See, where did it came? It come back again, tap to this upper lower quadrant. See how beautifully tapped over here. Now look over here what happened. It come until here, tapped to the 50%. What you are looking for buy. Now of course I'm not pushing the button blindly over here, but I'm seeing the reaction over here that will help me to find out if I can find another buying opportunity above this area without this 22 YT model. This information is going to help me that. Thank you, brother. Chiru brother, how are you? Missed the morning session. Oh man, morning session was awesome. It was awesome, brother. By the way, no problem, Bizarro. What are these quadrant marked? It has been marked from this 50-minute chart. So if you come to this 50-minute chart, and this is that gap from 15-minute chart, the gap. This is the quadrant level of that gap. Okay, brother. Now, what I told you, the body will close above this line, start to look for the buy. We had the 22 YT model. Unfortunately, we didn't get the entry opportunity, so we have missed it. But can I look for the sell now? No, no sell is valid over here. But if this market started to fall, man, this market can never keep going higher. It is never possible. So maybe it will start to fall, but when it will start to fall, first it has to confirm that I'm falling. So you're seeing this is making a bullish fair value gap from 50-minute chart. See this bullish fair value gap. I'm more interested to see this market will fall, come back again to this bullish fair value gap, then it will give me another buying opportunity. If it happens, best case of scenario, because I will have the parents over here. I'm not going to depend on the children. So here I was depending on the children. But if I have the fair value gap from my higher time frame, that means I have the parents over here. So the children is not, there is low probability that children are going to do something massacre on this market. So there is someone who really understands the practical, who has the practical knowledge. I called it the higher time frame PDRA. So I will have the higher time frame bullish fair value gap. That is the best scenario. Guys, it's not a promise that I'll be able to mark a trade here. Okay, it's not something like that. I just here, I thought that you guys are missing me. I was missing you. I came here. I'll try to frame a setup until 3 p.m. If I find any, I'll frame it. If I don't get any, I'm not going to take any trade. Simple. Don't ever chase the market. Never ever. You missed it, let it go. Let it run. But don't chase it. Suspension block take two bullets. Brother, suspension block ICT just introduced, and when ICT introduced something, I don't want to talk about that because I didn't observe that. Okay, so I should not talk about that because I don't understand that 100%. Now, if I say something, some of you actually believe me. Okay, some of you. I'm not saying all of you. Some of you actually believe me. They will start to believe that, oh, okay, this guy just told that, that means it is going to work. So without observing something, I can't simply say that this is that. I can't do that. And suspension block so far, it's like, I feel like it's useless. Okay, it's just my feelings. I'm just saying my feelings because I watched that video last time. Through that ICTs, it was all about the forex market, by the way. But yeah, the thing I told, it's useless to me. I don't know what should I say. Maybe I missed something, but it was not something very important to me. I don't know what happened to ICT from 2024. He's just introducing something that is absolutely clueless. I don't have any idea why it is doing that. If the 50-minute candle close below this gap again, below this line again, that means don't push the button anymore. That means your job is done. That you can't trade anymore over here. Your job is done. For example, here, when this candle has closed above this line, now you will start to look for until this market is above this line. You will keep looking for the buy until here. When this candle again closed here, that means your job is done. You are not able to trade anymore. This is the 50% area. See this 50% area? So it is reacting from here, sorry, reacting from there, that lower quadrant closed above the 50%, reach until here. Reaction will send the market until the 50%, then it will break the upper quadrant. Simple logic. Then what happened? It rejected from there, closed here. That means this guy has been rejected, this guy has been rejected. I mean, this guy reject the market, this guy reject the market, and market is consolidating in between this 50%. That means don't trade. Finally, this candle closed below this line. What should you think now? It is keep going fall. It is going to fall. But instead of falling, what did it happen? What did it happen? Closed above this line again. Means you will start to look for buy. Rejected here again, closed here. That has failed here to go higher. Now it is going to finish the unfinished business over here. If it doesn't go higher, instead of that, if it close below this 50% again, means stop trading again. It's not going anywhere. It's just making some kind of noise over here. That's all. Do you understand, brother? It's these lines are not important at all. They are not important. The important is the context, how you are seeing the price is reacting over here. How do I know that it close above this? Means it will keep going higher. If it failed to close above this line, that means it is going to fall, because I am seeing the price how it is rejecting from there, closed, rejected there, come until to the top. That means this line will reject the market again one more time until the 50%. Tap here, used it as a support, keep going higher. Perfect. I'm in the trade. Failed. It failed means no trade. Because it's not going higher, it can't fall. Simple. It's not going higher, it can't fall. No trade. Finally closed below this low. What does it mean? Now it is time to keep falling. Start to look for sell anywhere here. Unfortunately, there was no trade. I showed you how to look for them, by the way. Start to look for sell. Oh no, it has closed above this line again. What does it mean? Okay, Previously we have seen this thing. Now it has repeated the same thing, closed above this line again. What does it mean? Start to look for buy again. This time this market is going to break that line. You have to expect like that way. There can't be any order block. Brother, it's the feelings. Like, look over here, this candle. For example, you are looking for an order block here, or maybe that candle. So after making this candle, just simply market close below this candle. Now remember around the morning session when I was looking for a sell here from the order block, what happened? Like, market was just simply consolidating, lot of consolidation. I need something very very clean. Then what happened here? Remember that area, the area I look for the sell from that area. Look at the fall. How beautiful it has just simply immediately made the order block. So I need something very clean, not like consolidation. Consolidation means liquidity. I am looking for sell here. Market is building the liquidity there. What does it mean? I can't take that sell because market is building the liquidity. Now, is it going to be a shallow run or is it going to be a clear run above that line? I don't know that. So that is why I don't like the consolidation. So market actually came to this last fair value gap. Would love to see this last fair value gap reaction sent to this market to this bullish fair value gap from 15-minute chart. When it will come to this bullish fair value gap, I'll start to look for buy again. Can it keep falling? Of course it can keep falling. Can I take that sell? No, you can't take that sell. Simple. Now time is fractal. Archana, time is always fractal. So of course you can use the same concept, same logic with 1 minute chart as well, like from the same time frame. The problem is same time frame is always very difficult. Like 1 minute chart is very small portion of the price action. So like it's very difficult to use the same concept in 1 minute chart. But if your brain will work, you can of course use the same idea, same ideology over here in 1 minute chart as well. Like you will mark some kind of fair value gap, then you will mark the lines over there, then you will go 15-second chart, you'll go for the trade. Like, I don't know you were asking about this or not. I just marked it like this way. You can just take a screenshot if you want, or you can just come back again later and you can just pause the video and then you can fix it, sister. Wow, NQ Slayer, good job, brother. Okay, thank you, sister. For example, without giving me any entry opportunity, this market has closed above this line. What does it mean? Your buying opportunity is gone. You can't look for buy anymore because you have already missed the opportunity. No buy is valid anymore. It's in deep premium above this quadrant level. It's in deep premium. So you can't take the buy around the deep premium. If you are trading inside a gap, then these quadrant levels are important. If you are, I just told that don't try to trade inside a gap. Never ever try this. But if you want to trade a gap, inside a gap, this whole market is inside the gap, then you have to look for this. I mean, this quadrant levels to use the, by the way, this quadrant levels is not the not the information ICT is recently sharing. Okay, this is not the same quadrant, but or the same logical thing, same logics over here I'm using. This is ICT actually explained long ago. Not the new Gordon things he is explaining, not the same thing. I have no ideas, brother. How many subs do I have? I don't check it actually because okay, I have like 11,227 subscribers. Okay, I didn't notice that it's actually huge. Numbers doesn't show to the right. Come to this style. Okay. Now, if you come here, where is that? See this level here, right top there. Okay. And I just write it. I mean, click it text. Click it here. You have to click here. I mean, if you don't click it, it's gonna be difficult, I guess. Something like that. So values, the value will be show over here. Will be shown over there. I think you are talking about this. So price will be here. Everything will be here. Just click on all of them. So this market went higher. I was really interested to see this last parabolic gap will send the market to this bullish parabolic gap. Then I'll look for the buy. Unfortunately, market didn't give me the opportunity. My question to you: did you know that it is going higher? Did you know that? Now, market didn't give me the entry opportunity. Absolutely okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with that. But did we know that now this market is going higher? Did we know that with the logic? Not something like, okay, this is my understanding. Okay, just maybe this will go higher, or maybe this will fall again for this liquidity, or did we know exactly that this market will keep going higher? This is my simple question, guys. Trust me, man, that is important. If you can understand this, always you are not going to get the opportunity, but when you will get the opportunity, you will be very confident about the trade, man. Brother, please watch the first part, ICTX. Watch the first part, brother, you will understand what should you do. Blue Guardian service available in Bangladesh? Yes, brother, it is available in Bangladesh. I remember the hundreds 100 days now 1000 subscriber for fun. RP, you are with me so long, man. I really appreciate it, man. But yeah, like 11,227 subscriber, huge, man. Thank you so much to all of you guys for your all the appreciation, man. I really appreciate it. Not only the men, also the girls. Okay, all of you. Thank you so much for supporting me unconditionally. Even you bear my unbearable English accent pronunciation. Oh man, I wouldn't be able to do that, by the way. So yeah, guys, what I was saying, the thing I have explained over here. Okay, so what we are looking for, sell. There was no selling opportunity. So what I went immediately, what did I do? Market structure shift. We have found an opportunity here. Unfortunately, market just didn't give me the entry from this gap. For example, it has provided me this entry over here. What would we get over here? Is that a confusion entry? Like here until there. Okay, so something like 32 handle. We have got almost how many handle? Kind of 37 handle. We have already got that. If it would provide us the entry opportunity. Unfortunately, it didn't. But we knew that not 100%. That was the highest probability this market is going higher. How long? Until low of this new week opening gap. Until here, it is coming there. I'm expecting that. It doesn't need to come here. I'll take the partial here and then I'll put my stop loss to the break even. If it reaches over here, I'm happy to see that. If it doesn't, okay, I'll stop. I'll get stopped out wherever it stopped me out. Okay, simple. Because of you, because of me, what because of me? Physical precision. Thank you, RP. Thank you so much, man. You deserve it, brother. I really deserve it. I don't know, brother. Practice T2 wizard is the devil in the detail. I try to explain everything so that you guys don't waste your time. Okay, I don't want you to waste the time. I want you to learn this. Learn it, man. If you can learn it, you will never need to come back again to me. Okay, so this guy T2, you will forget me because you have now learned these beautiful things. Those people who say that ICT doesn't work, this concept doesn't work, but trust me, man, there is nothing more beautiful than this ICT concepts. It's very specific, very logical. You can do everything with your logic. Now look over here. The buy side is there. The sell side is here. This is the sell side. This is the buy side. Okay. And I'll just mark this one as a bold line so that it will be easier to see. Question T2. Yes. What is your question? T2 is okay. You are amazing, T2. Thank you, Archana. Thank you, sister. Amazing. আপনাকে ডিসকর্ডে মেসেজ দিয়েছি. I'll see, brother. Jamie, what is your question? No, we'll never forget you. That's the appreciation. I really appreciate it, man. Is it okay to frame sell at new week opening gap even it's on upper fabric of quadrant level? When this market will come here to this new week opening gap, I'm extremely bearish then. No more buy is valid to me. No more buy. It will keep going higher. I don't give a shit. I'll never take the buy. It will come here. I don't care about that. For the first time, it will come here. I'm extremely bearish. Any kind of bearish setup, order block, 22 YT model, inversion gap, whatever I will get, I'll take that sell. Because my higher time frame context, my whole trading is depending on this fair value gap and that fair value gap right now. So when it will come here, I can't think about the buy, to be honest, because I have to wait for the reaction from this gap. But when it will come here for the first time, okay, done. No more buy anymore. Start to look for sell. The candle 1 minute 13:12. Let's say is fair value gap entry. Target 24,865. 13:12, 13:12, 13:12. Okay, here. What is your question? The candle 1 minute 13:12. Okay, the candle 1 minute 13:12. Let's say is fair value gap entry. So you want to take the sell here around in this area. Of course it is valid because this is one of the best 22 IT model, and this gap I really don't want to mark it. Instead of that, I would love to mark it like this way. The last gap I would love to mark it like this way, and this one I can use as an entry gap. So if you want to take the sell from there, for example here, from this gap, let's go 1:1. Okay, just cover the breakaway gap consonant crossment and go for 1:1. It's valid, brother. It's absolutely valid, but not the beautiful. Okay, not the best one, not something like so beautiful, nothing like that, but it's a valid setup. If you're asking the same thing, I mean, I'm not saying this is the best, but it is valid. I appreciate it. Yes, I did it. Thank you. You're most welcome. স্যার আমি চার্টে অনেকগুলো টাইম ফ্রেমে যেমন করতে করতে আমার মাথা নষ্ট হয়ে যায় অনেকগুলো প্লিজ just use the 50-minute chart and 1-minute chart. That's the thing I'm doing, brother. Just 50-minute chart, 1-minute chart, nothing else. If there is no fair value from 15-minute chart or the market is little messy, then instead of 15-minute chart, use the 1-hour chart. That's all. You're most welcome, Jamie. Guys, I'm not going to promise that I'll be able to frame any setup. Okay, I'm just not going to promise it, but yeah, I'll just try to frame. If I find any setup, I'll do that. Is the new week opening gap above a valid target? Yes, sir. Of course, that is a valid target, Manu. Because if this market doesn't, if it fail to reach here, I won't be able to frame any sell. If it fail to come here, I won't be able to frame any sell. And this is the most logical level this market should reach. The low of that new week opening gap. It should reach over here. Okay. Of course, after taking the partial. Brother, thank you for volunteering your time and teach us and show us these things. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Tevin. Thank you, brother, for being over here, man. I will love you guys. I say thank you. I was watching the same level to reach. Yes, brother, you can see look for that because if it doesn't reach over there, I won't be able to frame any sell. So this whole PM session, I will have nothing to do until now. Okay, if there is something more specific like bearish gap here, maybe that will help me any kind of framing any kind of sell. But so far, there is nothing that can help me to frame a sell setup. So I have to look for uh, the price to come here. If it can come here, of course, then maybe I'll be able to frame the sell. Otherwise, I will wait to see if this market can create anything that is acceptable. I can accept that logic to frame a sell. No more buy is valid, by the way. Buy is done. I'm seeing this fall as a inducement liquidity. I'm not seeing this is keep falling for this sell side liquidity. I'm not seeing this like this way. I'm just watching it as inducement. That means after reaching over here, leaving that shallow run here, everyone is going to think that, oh, okay, now this market will keep falling. And then this market will go higher again, something like that. Can you please put these types of live streams study folder like few days ago you taught us premium and discount in very, very detail. Yeah, practice, but I can't do that because in study folder I have to put some videos. They're very specific, so that is why I'm not able to do that. So if you like, if you like any video, for example, you wanna watch it later, either just write down the date that in that day maybe I have talked about that, and then later you can check it. So you always you have to have a notebook, right? I believe that all of you have the notebook. Who doesn't have the notebook? Is there anyone who doesn't have the notebook? You have to have the notebook to take the points. If you don't have the notebook, then you're not trading, by the way. You have to have the plan book. So just take the notes to your notebook that okay, in that day, maybe this guy talk about something. It is important for me to rewatch. I'll just watch it later when I feel good. Something like that. Just take the notes like that way. ICT, I just can't say like that way, brother. I mean, and this question doesn't have any reply to me. I mean, it depends on the market when which gap is important. Like today I'm using the 4 hour gap, 4 hour bullish fair value gap. Now I never use the 4 hour chart. Okay, I mean 4 hour gap, but today I have no other option. I have to use the 4 hour gap here because I don't have any other option. No option. I'm bound to use this 4 hour gap. So it depends actually on the price, how this price is actually delivering on the market. By the way, if any of you would love to take the sell now, you can try for that. I'm not interested to think about the sell yet. Even though this upper quadrant is respecting, I can see that this body didn't close out this line. It's respecting, but I'm not interested to look for sell. I'm just saying this is an inducement. So I believe that I will have another opportunity to take the buy, even though it went too far, but maybe I'll get an opportunity to take a buy. Sister, look, this high, this guy failed to take that high, right? So you have the SMT. I think SMT part is not clear to you. Let me try one more time if it is clear to you. Okay, so you have this SMT around this area. Okay, this is the SMT for you. Now I'm going to remove this chart because it's not important. I'm here. Now, are you looking for sell here? For example, you are looking for sell. Just for the sake of this conversation, I'm not looking for the sell, but you are looking for the sell. So when you have seen this SMT, wow, that is your confirmation. That means you got extra confirmation. Wow, I have the SMT as well. So take the sell. Beautiful sell. Now I'm not looking for the sell. So I'm not interested to use this SMT to take the sell or to frame the sell. Just because I have the SMT, I'm interested to frame the sell. No. Like here, remember when this high has been cleared here, you had the SMT as well. Now my thinking was not that I will take the sell. So I didn't take the sell. This was not the SMT to me. I am not, this SMT is not important to me. Same here. This SMT is not important to me. Even though I'm seeing this upper quadrant is holding the market, but still I'm believing this is the just the inducement liquidity. So market actually fall to take some liquidity. It will build a swing high to shift the market, tap to this fair value, it will keep going higher. I'm thinking like that is super okay. But of course, if you are looking for sell, then this SMT is important to you. A very important SMT, and you will, by using this confirmation, you will take the sell. That is over confirmed sell for you. Is that clear now? Thank you, sister. All of this fall, I don't care because this is not important to me. I don't know how far this market will fall. Does it take that clean lows, sell side liquidity, or is it falling for that lows? I don't know. So it will fall to take this lows, trade that bullish fair value gap before going higher. I don't know. Or maybe it will clear these lows because you have the SMT here as well around this area. Where was the SMT? I forgot. What was the SMT? By the way, if there was an SMT, maybe it has already cleared the liquidity here. Now maybe I have got the SMT around this area. So here, this low. Okay. So for example, this is for the Archana actually. So you see this low, that low has cleared over here just for the sake of this conversion. So I have already got the SMT. This is important to me because I'm interested to look for the buy. My logic is telling me to think about the buy. So this SMT is important to me. Now, if I have a bullish setup now, wow, that's my buy. Why? Because I'm looking for the buy, I have the SMT. So I don't need to think that this is falling for that liquidity. Can it fall for this liquidity? Of course, it can do that. So if it would love to fall for this liquidity, it will never give me the buying opportunity. It will just fall and take that liquidity. Maybe I'm wrong. It is not interested to fall. Maybe, just for example, I'm wrong. It doesn't want to fall. I'm sorry, it doesn't want to go higher. It would love to keep falling. So all the fall, I will let them go until this body closed below this line again. Remember here, the body closed below this line, I started to look for sell. Same logic here. When the body has closed here for the first time here, failed to break this high and then fall again. Okay. Next time when it do the same thing, I don't want to see that the same repeatal. The thing happened here, it is going to happen here as well. I don't want to see that. I would love to see this time it will break this and it will come over here. So any kind of buying opportunity now, I'll try to take that buy. Yes, please push the like button if you don't mind. Okay. Now this market came to this bullish fair value gap over here. Any kind of buy now is the best buy. Any kind of buy. If it can provide me the buy, I'll go for that buy. If it doesn't provide me the buy, keep falling. For example, it keep falling. When it will close below this low, I will start to look for sell again for this new week opening gap. But without falling, any kind of buy it will provide me now, it is the best buy. Why? First, it has cleared the liquidity, tapped to this 50-minute bullish fair value gap now. Here, there, left the obvious liquidity. Here, this I has taken over here by a shallow run. Left the obvious liquidity, not the clean buy side liquidity, but obvious liquidity. I'm more interested to think about the buy. It is ranging, that means just ranging. Okay, I'll let this go. Every single time it will come, I will keep looking for the same kind of scenario. So it exactly came to the low of this gap. Okay, so let me actually extend it to here. Tapped to the low perfectly. Lowest down close body close candle is your order block. Can you use this as your order block? I can't do that. So if this market make another order block, something like this, beautiful order block, I will use that one instead of this one as an order block to take my buy. 1 minute last gap. Remember 22 YT model? This was the breakaway gap, came over here to this 1 minute last parallel gap. Keep watching them. Last parallel gap. Where is this last parallel gap located? Above this sell side liquidity. Okay, I can't use this candle as an order block because it's really too big. Okay, like look at that candle. What is the range of this candle? Kind of 21 handle. I don't want to use this candle as my order block. So I would love to use another body close above this gap. Then it will come here to this 50-minute gap and it will make another new order block. I will use that on if it actually do that. Otherwise, I'll just let this go. It has closed below this new, I mean 50%. Is this a problem? No, it's not a problem at all. It's not a problem at all. By the way, if any of you are interested to take the sell, please take it. I'm just not interested to take the sell. So let's see if this candle can close like a beautiful candle way. Then I will use this candle as my order block. If it is not gonna be an indecisive candle, this I will use as an order block. For example, it is keep falling. I will have nothing to do. Simply I will do nothing over here. I think I'll be able to show you a live example to the Asia session. You remember the Asia session? Just if this candle failed to trade the 50% of this week, instead of that trade the top of this week, I'll be able to show you the same entry I took around the Asia session. I'll be able to show you that. Remember, week top will be traded, then any kind of bullish period that is going to be valid to take your buy. So some kind of inverse gap, 22 YT model, bullish fair value gap, anything after trading the top of that week. Whoever is interested to take the sell, please go for that. I'm watching both this, I mean both that where it tapped to the low of this, see this lower quadrant of this week from 50-minute chart, and that, sorry, and that, both of them. If it failed to tap to this 50%, that is gonna be the same example of the Asia session. Still it is valid if the body close above the upper quadrant. If the body doesn't close above the upper quadrant, then I can't use the same logic over here. So all I need to see is body close above the upper quadrant. That's all I need to see. Okay, still it is valid. Unfortunately, there is no inverse gap so far, so I can't use the inverse gap entry. Whoever would love to take the sell, please go for that sell. So this is going to be the order block. If it can close one tick above this line, this is going to be the order block. Okay, stop loss 2 tick below the consecutive order block, so it should be here somewhere, and you can target 20 handle partial, something like that. First body has to close above this line. If the body doesn't close, it's not valid. By the way, here I have the 22 YT model as well. I mean, not a beautiful model, but I have the 22 YT model as well. So I'm going to mark it as a market structure shift, and I'm going to remove this line from my chart. Okay, there is no fair value gap, so I can't use this as my market structure shift. I have to keep it as a order block because there is no fair value gap. I had the market structure shift, not a beautiful one, but uh, kind of market structure shift, but no fair value gap. No order block, no entry. It will keep falling. I don't care. I'm not interested to look for sell. But brother, you have the sell side liquidity. Until this gap is not broken, I can't look for this sell side liquidity. Until this is not broken, that gap is not broken. By the way, it's not the valid entry anymore because it has fallen, and actually so far it has fallen. So I can't use this as mod or order block. No, I can't do that anymore. And this week is also broken. There was no entry opportunity, didn't take any trade. bearish bearish setup. Market has cleared the liquidity, market structure shift, fair value cap, bearish setup, but can't take that sell until this is not broken. If one body can close here, for example, this body has closed here, just here, this is gonna be my sell from this gap. Just one body will close below this gap, that's gonna be my sell immediately, because now this sell sell liquidity is important. The all the bullish period is broken. All the bullish period is broken. First it has to close below this gap. If it doesn't close below this gap, this sell is not valid. I hope that, guys, it's absolutely clear to you. And again, I'll put it here, and target will be this sell sell liquidity and then the new week opening gap. If the body close below this one, otherwise this sell is not valid at all. You can take the sell if you want, but it's not valid at all to me. It would be here, but first body has to close here. So I have to take a two type of risk here. First, if I would love to take the sell here, where I'm going to use the 50% is broken, which is risky, of course, too much risky. You can go for that. I'm not interested to do that. Instead of that, I would love to see that, like here, one candle will close, sorry, one candle will close below this gap, and then it will come back again to this gap, then it will fall and take that sell side liquidity. If it happens, I'll go for that sell. If it doesn't happen, this is really too much risky, because this gap is not broken. It can stop the market, send the market higher. I'm going to remove this 50-minute gap from my chart, and the sell side liquidity don't need it anymore. So I am not interested to take the sell here. If I would love to take that sell, it's risky, too risky over here. Still the body didn't close, so I'm not able to take the sell. Even if I miss this trade, I have no opportunity to take this sell. It's not valid. If any of you would love to take this sell, remember this is highly risky entry, highly risky. Just would love to see anybody close below this, then if it come back, okay, now I'm good to go for that sell. I don't need to think about the immediate reaction, because I already got the reaction. Immediate reaction is done already. I just need two opportunity here to take the entry. First opportunity will tell me that I'm broken, it is broken. That will tell me the first opportunity that the 50-minute, sorry, 1 minute last fair value cap is broken. Then the next opportunity will give me the entry. Nobody closed, no sell is valid. I'm not interested to take the sell. If you would love to take the sell, go for it. I'm just not interested to take this sell. This sell is not valid to me. I am not interested to take this sell. If you would love to take, please go for it. If one body has closed below this, then I can take that sell from this gap. Until then, I am not able to take this sell. Even if I miss it, I'll miss it. I don't have any regret for that. Even I can't use this one as my water block, because this is an indecisive candle. Now finally it has confirmed that this is broken. Without clearing this liquidity, if it could come back here one more time, I could take that sell. Otherwise, I'll just let this go. Will not take this trade. Now the sell is valid to me from here. I just can't use this candle as my water block, because if it was a kind of beautiful candle, I could use this candle as my sell from the water block. As it is not beautiful, I'm not able to take the sell from this candle. So I have to wait to see if this market can come back one more time to this gap before falling, then this sell is valid. Now I'm going to remove this last fabrica because it's already broken. By the way, don't forget about this. I should put my stop loss over here. So if any of you would love to take this entry, make sure that your stop loss is over here. I'm just going to watch this one from here. I want to see it will fall, come here, make a bearish word block, then it will fall. I would love to see that. Stop loss should be there. Should be there. One tick or two tick above this because this is the liquidity taken. Market has cleared the liquidity here. This is the liquidity taken. Market structure shift. And now if it provide me the entry, I'm happy to go for that. I think this is going to be the first and last setup around this PM session. Okay, that should be the entry here, and that should be the partial, that should be the target. This new week opening gap high will be my target. Okay. The first trade around this PM session, and it's gonna be the last trade as well because it's already 3. After taking the partial, would love to put my stop loss to the break even, and then we'll try to hold the trade until this liquidity. Sorry, until to this new week opening gap high. Stop loss is here. Stop loss is here. After clearing the partial, stop loss will be at the break even. What happened here, remember, market never give me the entry opportunity, never ever give me the entry opportunity. What happened here, it not only give the entry here but also confirmed that last fabric cap is broken, then gave you the re-entry. So sometimes market never will give you never the opportunity, and sometimes market not only give you the entry one time, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, it will provide you the entry opportunity. Okay, that should be the partial. If you didn't take the partial over here, you are a perfect gambler. After taking the partial, put your stop loss to the break even, and you can hold your trade until this line, which is 4500. You can do that. I don't have any problem with that. But if you didn't take the partial over here, you are a perfect gambler. Please don't gamble. It's my request. Put your stop loss to the break even after clearing 20 handle partial. If you get stopped out, be happy with that. If you don't get stopped out and this market where it should fall, if it come here, okay, be happy. Just be happy with that. Now, just remember your stop loss is at the break even, okay? Your stop loss is at the break even. Please make sure that your stop loss is at the break even. If any of you has taken the has taken this trade, I'm not asking any of you to take it. I just told that I will frame the trade. If I find any opportunity, best opportunity, I'll frame it. If I don't get, I'm absolutely okay with that. So I went step by step, and then finally that is the only trade I have found where actually I got the opportunity to take entry. Partial is cleared. Stop loss should be at the break even. Exactly tick by tick to the break even. And you can hold your trade until to the new week opening gap high. This is the new week opening gap high. So you can hold your trade until this new week opening gap high. Your stop loss should be at the break even. Hey Jamie, thank you for writing boom brother. What did you say? I love partials, put money in my pocket. I love partial too, brother. Ahbab, thank you so much, brother, for writing boom for me. Thank you so much, brother. Hey Vijay, thank you so much, brother, for writing boom. By the way, any of you took that entry? Not here. If any of you took that entry here, I don't have any problem with you guys. I don't support it because most of the time you will lose money if you take the entry over here. Yes, sometimes maybe you will miss the trade. Market will never give you the opportunity. But here, if you do or make that type of habit to take the entry from there, you will lose more money rather than you will make. So if any of you took the entry from here, just let me know if you have taken the entry from there. Okay, do partial with small lots? No, you will go for the partial highest lot. For example, you have taken 5 contract lot sell, you have to clear at least 3 contract over there. So maximum portion of your contract should be cleared, and then rest 2%. For example, you took 3 contract entry, then you have to clear 2 contract around the partial level, and you will let 1 contract to go. If it come to the open of this gap, you will get stopped out. Just remember that. I put it over here because I would love to put it over here. I would love to see the quadrant level of this week will be respected. Just because of that, I put it over here. But you will get stopped out if it tap to the open of this gap. So you will get stopped out. I think you will get stopped out over here. I will get stopped out as well. Okay, happy. So I will get just a small 20 handle partial, and I believe that that's enough for being profitable around this PM session. I think that's enough for being profitable, and you know the importance of the partial. If you don't have the partial opportunity, you have to close the trade over there. AB straight, you have to close the trade over there, brother. Means you don't have the partial opportunity, close the trade around the partial level, just close it. Because that was not the confirmation of the last 5 lookup broken. Until the last 5 lookup is not broken, I can't take the sell. So when this candle appeared, it has confirmed that the last 5 lookup is broken. Now I can look for the sell side liquidity. As I already have the opportunity or have the setup over there, I just don't need any new setup. I just can use the same setup to take re-entry over here, and I don't need to count the candle because the reaction I have already got over here. So after closing the candle below this last parabolic gap, I have got the confirmation that it's broken. This sell side liquidity is going to be taken. Simply it's confirmed that this is going to be taken. Then give me the entry. I'm here to that sell side liquidity, just that sell side liquidity. Then would love to hold the trade until to the top of this new dope. I mean, sorry, the new day opening gap high. But actually, this whole market is playing in between this quadrant level. I can see here. The quadrant levels are actually playing here. The low of this quadrant level, high of this quadrant level. It is just playing in this in between these two quadrant level. Okay, so I believe that the thing I told you, you got the same thing. Okay, it's gonna be the range bound market. This market is going to be the ranging market, the Monday. So if you didn't watch the new week opening, new week top down analysis, then maybe you won't be understand what I'm saying. But those people who watch that video, you know that Monday should be the range bound, and you were seeing the range bound, and I'm happy with that. I think guys everything is clear. By the way, I got 3 more subscribers over here, 11,230. Whoever has subscribed to our channel, brother, make sure that you are coming, because if you don't come, you won't understand what I'm doing. Just if you can bear my accent, my pronunciation, if it is okay with you, congratulations, brother, for the learning area. You will learn the concepts and you will be self-dependent. That's my promise. So guys, so far, do you understand? I would love to just go for the morning session up one more time, and then we'll close the stream. Okay, so around the morning session, if you remember, guys, we had this opportunity to take the buy from that order block. First, that was the first opportunity to take the entry from the order block. Of course, the buy, no sell, just the buy from this our forward cap. That is the order block entry opportunity, and from that area, we have actually framed the trade from that area, the buy from that area, and then finally we have framed the buy. I think it was from here, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I'm not wrong, actually I'm absolutely right. So we have framed that buy as well. So that was the buy only here. Then I tried to frame a sell here. Unfortunately, I didn't find any beautiful order block, and we didn't have any 22 IT model, so we are not able to use the 22 IT model. I tried to frame the sell from here around the order block. Unfortunately, there was no order block. So finally, when I found this order block, I have framed another sell from that order block. Just if you guys remember. Okay, so from that order block, then that was the liquidity. I was interested to see if it can take that liquidity. Unfortunately, market didn't take that liquidity. Instead of that, provided 104 handle, then market went higher. I was not here, but I believe that if I were here, I won't be able to do anything to this run. Nothing, to be honest. I won't be able to do anything over here to that run. I'll just let this go, because this run is kind of not the price action run or something I can frame. No, not something like that. Okay, so even if I were here, maybe I wouldn't be able to frame any buy around this area. Then around this PM session, I came here. I was trying to take a buy here. Unfortunately, market didn't provide me the entry. You remember, market structure shift, fair value gap. Market just didn't provide me the entry. Instead of that, it leave and it come here. And then finally, I have framed the sell, which is the only setup around this PM session, where I got the entry, got the partial, and then got stopped out to the break even. Simple. So that is overall the session, guys. If you have any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll just close the stream. I just came here again. I thought that you guys are missing me, so let's go over there and make some money. Just because of that I came here. Otherwise, I didn't have any intention to come here. I was planning to make the session liquidity explanation through the members only live. Unfortunately, I was not prepared, so I didn't do that today. Maybe tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, I'll do that before the day off. So I'll do that actually by this week. Inshallah, I'll be live tomorrow if I'm not dead. Interesting to watch you frame setup without pushing the button myself. Around the morning session, I told that whoever is going to push the button today, they're the gambler. Gamblers will never be a profitable trader, consistent profitable trader. It's nearly impossible. Okay, it's like there is 0% possibility they will be a consistent profitable trader. At the end of their time, they will see that they have lose more money rather than they earn. So gamblers are not able to make the money. So I don't care who pushed the button, who didn't push the button. All I care, those people who pushed the button over here, I don't know who pushed, okay? But whoever pushed the button today, they're the gamblers. And they don't have any patience, they don't have any, like control of themselves, they don't have any emotional attachment with their brain. They're just gambler, simple. Okay, so I don't want to be a gambler, I don't want to push the gambler. I came here to talk about the price action. I talked about the price action, that's all. That is my job. It worked. Okay, I'm happy because the way I was reading the market, it was working like that way. I'm happy, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to regret that I didn't push the button to my pandit or challenge the account. No, I'm not thinking like that. I'm thinking that I'm really I'm doing better because my psychology, I didn't messed up with my psychology. Instead of that, I keep the priority to my psychology, and I didn't push the button. Today is Tuesday holiday. No trade should be done. No execution should be done. Whoever traded, I really respect those guys. I'm not trying to manipulate anyone. Okay, I'm just repeating the word ICT told. Today is the day for the gamblers, not for the traders. And if you have pushed the button, consider yourself as a gambler. And congratulations, brother, if you can make some money. I really appreciate that. But overall, you're not going to be able to make a lot of money. That's not my belief. That's ICT's belief, and I'm just repeating ICT's word. So that's all, brother. Thank you. You're most welcome, Jamie. No trade for me today, brother. Even tomorrow, I'm not sure with the way closed on Friday. I would recommend anyone who wants to push button today, go with very low leverage. Yeah, of course, they can do that, whatever they want to do. I only appreciate the paper trade today. Only the paper trade. Even don't push the paper trade as well. It's also a request. Don't push the paper trade as well. Just frame the trade, read the market, enjoy the market. That's all. And if you would love to really trade from tomorrow's 2 p.m. So from 2 p.m. start to trade, not the morning session. Please don't do that. So after the 2 p.m. you are good to go. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Until then, cheers, guys. Tada.